Konnichiwa from Tokyo, Japan, the city where old and new coexist in a perfect harmony. Tokyo is of course known for its neon-lit skyscrapers, but it also has practices and temples that are centuries old. And in fact, today we are visiting the oldest temple in Tokyo, Sensoji Temple. Before we explore more of brilliant Asakusa and the Sensoji Temple complex, I've got a favor to ask you, and it's free to do so. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm a one-man band with a GoPro. I don't have a marketing team or a production team. I do all the research, all the editing and all the filming myself. So you can really help me out by pressing those like and subscribe buttons. When you like and subscribe, it tells the algorithm that I exist and that I make videos, and it exposes my videos to a wider audience. So please help me out. Your help is greatly appreciated. I'm in an area called Asakusa, and I'm just outside the Thunder Gate here, Kaminarimon Gate, a famous site here in Tokyo. And you can see just the queue there to get a photo. There you can see Kaminarimon Gate. Many people are posing under the lantern because that's a symbol of Asakusa and of Tokyo. Yeah, I think we will skip this queue, but just to give you a nice shot there of a gate. It is the outer gate of Sensoji, the oldest temple in Tokyo, and it is said to date back to around 628 AD. And this is the area that we're going to explore here. You can see there's Sensoji Temple, there's Kaminarimon Gate, and we'll walk through Nakamise, the famous shopping street, to Sensoji Temple. And just to give you a bit of perspective, there's the sky tree on the other side of the river as well. And you've also got the Asakusa shrine. So Sensoji is a Buddhist temple, but the shrine is a Shinto shrine. And in a way that kind of symbolizes how the two religions, the two main religions of Japan, have coexisted. Here we've got more figures. You can see there Tenryu, a male god statue made of Kiso cypress, as you can read there. And of course we are just outside this famous shopping street here in Tokyo, Nakamise Street. This is one of Tokyo's oldest shopping streets with more than 300 years of history. So it is very, very special. I came early to avoid the crowds because this can get really crowded. And you can see many of the businesses are still shut. They will open up in due course. But on these shutters, you actually have some beautiful depictions. On a lot of these shutters you can see scenes from Tokyo's past. Nakamise Street is about 250 meters, a stretch of pure temptation. You can think of it as Tokyo's OG shopping arcade. And whether you're here for the history, the aesthetics, or just some ridiculously good rice crackers, this street will have you covered, believe me. And yes, it will get very, very busy in due course, but just look at these beautiful shutter doors. The shutter doors themselves, they are worth visiting, even if you don't buy anything here. In the late 1600s and early 1700s, the locals of Asakusa, they got the green light to open shops here, close to Sensoji Temple. But there was a catch. They had to keep the temple area clean and well maintained in exchange. Sensoji was a major pilgrimage site, and it drew crowds from all over. The shopkeepers of what we now call Nakamise Street, they saw a golden opportunity. Why not sell some drinks and snacks to tired travelers who came here to pray? And just like that, one of Tokyo's most iconic shopping streets was born. I've read that back in 1885, Nakamise Street got a bit of a glow up with shiny new red brick buildings, which was a trendy look for the time. And unfortunately, Mother Nature had other plans. When the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 struck, it basically wiped out the entire street, and it had to be rebuilt, only for the bombings in World War II to destroy the street again. And the buildings were simply rebuilt or reconstructed once more. You can see it's got a bit of an old school vibe with hanging lanterns. You've got the tiles at the top there, and you also have these artificial cherry blossom branches, which adds a magnificent touch, because this is in fact the cherry blossom season here in Japan. I'm very grateful to visit this country during this time, The last time I was here, it was a December month and it was pretty cold. It's still cold today, but actually not too bad. And Nakamise Street continues there, but on the left here you've got another gate and even more shops on this side. Not as famous as Nakamise, of course, but still very Tokyo. And again, look at the depictions outside the shops here. Japanese art. And I'm sure there must be some hidden gems in these alleys and streets here as well. Quite keen to explore it. And this is very, very Tokyo, very Japan as well. These vending machines in the city where you can buy drinks on the street. And as we saw in my previous vlog, baseball fever has certainly hit Japan. Yes, look there, you can put in coins, you can put in cash, you can use your card. Can you imagine a machine such as this existing in South Africa? They will vandalize the hell out of it. There's a lot of detail here to observe if you're patient. Lots of beautiful pieces of art. I've noticed these windows here on this building with a stained glass. And in the back there you can see, well, sort of see parts of a sky tree. It's a very misty day, cloudy day, but it actually adds a mythical, almost smoky touch to the cityscape here. And of course, you can also spot some friends sitting on the roofs, like that determined figure there, taking no nonsense today. Something sweet we can pick up here a bit later perhaps. They do seem to love their ice cream in this part of the world as well. Obviously kimono rental, that's a very popular thing for a woman to do here. Visiting Sensoji temple and dressed up in their traditional Japanese outfits, taking some Instagram shots. And there we go, there's a 5-story pagoda. We are approaching Sensoji temple itself, and that is the main attraction of Asakusa. I've read that this is the most visited religious site in the world, with about 30 million annual visitors. That is just insane. This is the Hozomon Gate here at Sensoji complex, and in fact there's also a public transport line, a metro line called the Hozomon line. There you have more information. Hozomon Gate was built as a temple gate that also serves as storage of treasures for Sensoji temple. It was constructed in 1964, well, I guess the current gate probably, after the Second World War, because you can see there, it is said the gate was first built in 942. Yes, the area suffered a lot of damage during World War II, and you can see there, it was burnt down during air raids in 1945. But I have to say they've done a great job of rebuilding it, don't you think? And again, many people queuing here to get a photo under the lantern there. There we go, that's how you take a picture. And walking here through the Hozomon Gate, you will see the most visited temple in the world, Sensoji temple. And here you also have an area where you can pray or throw coins into the offering box. Many people believe that if they make a small donation here, their wishes will come true. And of course, after your donation or your prayer, you can come here for some snacks and jewelry. You can smell the incense as well. Look there, people making an offer. Let's give you a good shot here of a temple. It's free to enter, which I love about Tokyo. Many of the main sites, you don't have to pay to get in. Maybe that's why they've got 30 million visitors. And yes, this is old Tokyo, but of course you've got the sky tree in front there, symbolizing modern Tokyo. Yeah, you've got the various halls depicted here. We won't go everywhere, but it's quite a sizable complex. And very clean, very well preserved. Yeah, I absolutely love it here. It's great to just drift and gaze upon the architecture and do a bit of people watching. So many people here just taking selfies. I wonder if they actually take in the detail. Sensoji is also known as Asakusa Cannon. And I mentioned it's Tokyo's oldest and most iconic temple. It is dedicated to Kannon, the Bodhisattva of compassion, which basically means the temple is all about spreading good vibes and energy. Yes, here we go. Let's go inside. Yeah, please do not stay here and proceed into the hall for worship. Let's proceed into here. I want to keep the flow of traffic. Oh wow, look at the ceiling there. Look at the paintings. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, more people putting their offers in the offering box. Look at the beautiful colors on that painting. And the lights. I love the paintings here. It's probably my favorite here in the main hall. And obviously lots of people coming in here to pray. There are also other tourists like myself who are just here for the views and the incredible culture shock. Gosh, the view exiting the temple is even more impressive. Of a gate there, the Five-Storied Pagoda. We've got a bit of modern Tokyo at the back. We've got more interesting structures, things to do with a temple here. Let's walk around here a bit more, check out the park area. Interesting statues for us there. The other thing I have noticed is there's not a lot of English in terms of directions around here. It's only if they warn you or if they want to tell you something. Look at that. Only if you drew a bad fortune, please tie it to a rack. So lots of unfamiliar practices here. More fortune boxes here. That's the side of a temple. And yes, here we go. At least we do have some information on some of the statues. That's great. Yeah, this one, bronze Okiyonto. Okiyonto is a pagoda in Taituku that was built based on a Buddhist text called something I can't pronounce. But very interesting depictions there. And here's a bronze seated Amida Nyorai statue. The Buddha who teaches Buddhism to those who have passed away and attained rebirth at the Pure Land. There we go. And she's got some nice flowers there, and I believe a donations box as well. Japan is definitely a culture shock, but even in places unfamiliar to you, some practices, they just seem universal. Do not feed the pigeons in Japan. Yeah, it's wonderful to just walk here. A little bit of a green space as well at a very busy tourist attraction. So you can smell the fresh air away from the hustle and bustle. And certainly in this area it's not that busy, but what a wonderful view there with the pagoda. They probably don't expect many tourists to come here, so there's just Japanese text. Yeah, figure there, that's all dressed up. And I've got some flowers. And on this side too. If you know more about it, let me know in the comments. You know what? Actually, those Japanese lessons, they've paid off, because I know that that means no cycling. All right, let's say goodbye to a main hall of Sensoji Temple and the crowds of people here as well. Let's go back to Nakamise Shopping Street. I think all the shops should now be open. And let's go and see what we can find, or just do a bit of browsing. They might have some interesting artifacts, some interesting bites to eat. Again, my Japanese, it all makes sense to me now. Look there. Don't ride your bicycle here. Ah, the mist is disappearing and you can now start to see the sky tree in all its glory. And yes, Nakamise. Let's go and see what it holds for us. And you can just see how the crowds have picked up. So many people here. The best advice I can give you, if you're ever in the area and you want a bit of peace and quiet, my advice is to come very early or very late. The shops might not be open, but you'll have a street to yourself. Yes, going a bit against the flow here. So I might need to squeeze into this side. Oh, wow, what have we got here? Various little snacks. Monja fried bun. I think I should store my inhibitions a little bit, huh? No idea what's inside. Right, here goes. Cheers to Tokyo. When I bit it the first time, I didn't bite through it. I couldn't taste anything. You can see inside there. That's what I need to get to. Let's try again. Yes, to Tokyo. Trying to figure out what this is. It's pork. You've also got a bit of ginger and seaweed. And then you do have a bit of onion and cabbage. So a very unique mix of things there, but it actually tastes quite nice. Will I have another one? Probably not, but you know, we are in Japan and I need to try these things. Let's go against the traffic whilst I finish devouring this Monja. And just look at all the other stuff we can buy as souvenirs. Kimonos, of course, yeah, they'll be everywhere. And the samurai outfits. Some traditional Japanese weapons. More kimonos and t-shirts for sale here. Sometimes it's difficult to know whether it's for sale or for hire. But nonetheless, you'll get sorted out here for sure. So what do you think of Sensoji Temple and the Asakusa area? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you haven't done it yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm quite keen to get outside and show you a bit more of a wider area. But it's absolutely lovely just to drift here in the street. And look at the artificial cherry blossom branches there. The magnificent touch that it adds. See the bags for sale. You've got masks, you've got fans, you've got t-shirts. And on this side you've got a few lanterns. You've got lovely sweet stuff for your sweet tooth. And our furry friends, this is where you will find them. Yes, hello to all of you. There's so much food to try here. There's the sweet potato cake that I've heard about as well. And of course you've got more nuts and sweet stuff over there. I think I'm quite happy with my Monja that I had. Furikake seasoning for rice. And on this side, more t-shirts. There's baseball shirts. Look there, Tokyo, Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Tokyo, have a nice trip. Absolutely wonderful and brilliant to be here. See, remember when I told you that this place will fill up? Certainly did. So let's get outside. Let's go and walk a little bit more in the wider area. First things first, let's get out of here. Easier said than done. Here you've got the chaos of Nakamise Street, and then on the side you've got various little alleys that are much more secluded, much more quiet. In fact, guys, we're going to leave in a second, but I just discovered this very interesting shop with these traditional Japanese confectionaries. And there's a machine as well. Look at the interesting mechanics here. And then this is the final product all wrapped up. And it's called Ningyo-yaki or dollcake. It's sold for 100 yen. So conversion again, 1 British pound is about 190 yen. Yeah, saying goodbye to the Thunder Gate as well. And let's go and try our dollcake. There you go, it's still warm to the touch, even though it was wrapped up. I thought it was Japanese writing on there, but maybe it's just the stamp from the machine, the imprint from the machine. Anyways, let's go. Cheers to Tokyo. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. You've got a filling there. This is a very weird texture and very sweet. It's almost like a mix of fruit and cinnamon. The texture is almost like millipap if you're from South Africa, the maize meal. And the cookie itself, it actually tastes a little bit like the finger biscuits you'll get in South Africa. So I quite like that. Cheers to Tokyo. You can see the kimono rental as well. Anyway, let's walk down to the river. This is also a good opportunity for us to dive into the history a bit more. And I'll tell you about how Asakusa transformed itself from a quiet corner here in Tokyo to a buzzing entertainment district. Basically, the story starts in the nearby district of Kurumei during the Edo period, when the Tokugawa shogunate was at the helm. In the Edo period, Kurumei was primarily a district of rice storehouses, which was very vital for the economy because rice was often used as a form of payment for servants. And at first, the keepers of those storehouses would store the rice for a small fee, and over time, however, they realized they could make more money by exchanging the rice for cash or selling it to local shopkeepers for a markup. It wasn't long before they became quite wealthy. They were flush with cash, and this shift set the stage for something special. With their new wealth, they established theaters and geisha houses and other entertainment venues across the city, and Asakusa became a cultural heart of Tokyo. And even today, it is something special from a cityscape perspective. Just look at this. The sky tree there, obviously that's a very modern addition. And over there you've got Nakamise, which looks like a very important la-di-da building around here. Asakusa continued to thrive as an entertainment district for most of the 20th century. Especially the Roku district, or the 6th district, was famous for theaters and cinemas. This area was where the magic of performance and spectacle came alive, drawing people from all walks of life. People here, they could escape into a world of kabuki, silent films, and geisha performances. Anyways, let's go inside Nakamise and see what we can find. This building has caught my attention. First impressions, well, it's also the entrance to Asakusa station, so maybe it's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. They do have a tourist information center though, and actually I do need a map of Tokyo's metro, so I am just going to take a shot here for myself. And that's where we are, Asakusa. And my accommodation at the moment is in Kinchiku. So you can see there, it's not far to travel at all between the areas. Just need one connection on the metro. Nakamise, tax-free shop. They do like their tax-free shops here in Japan. Let's go up and see what we can find. By the way, in Tokyo, if you're wondering where your exits are, they're always indicated in yellow. That is definitely a top tip. But yeah, we are here in Asakusa station. Okay, there is a lift to some of the floors. You can see the fashion, lifestyle and cafe service. And I actually have an Asakusa Hala terrace on RF, is that roof, it's R4 roof. Maybe that's something we can check out. Let's see. Yeah, I've never been on an R floor before, hopefully it's not too R rated. Going up. Oh yes. Are we actually allowed to be out here? Hi, konnichiwa. Can I be here?
Oh, of course.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from South Africa.
Long.
Yes, yes, long way. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Arigato.
Thank you.
Yes, brilliant. I've just been told that lanterns will be put out here for a festival that's coming to Tokyo soon. But just look at this view. Yes, imagine having this as your rooftop in your accommodation, in your flat building. And you've got a view of one of the most iconic structures on the planet, the sky tree, the Sumida river, and some other interesting buildings and art. Very, very special. Yes, Asakusa Hala Terrace here in Tokyo. Thank you very much for a nice view. Yes, I can go and explore some of the other floors, but to be honest, I think the streets are much more interesting. Alright Nakamise, I know this was short and sweet and I haven't really done you any justice, but time waits for no one and there's just so much to see in this incredible city. There you go, let's wear kimono, no reservation required. Full set for about 5,000 yen. Anyways, let's grab a smoothie. There's our smoothie options. Shall we try a berry and yogurt maybe? got the banana at the bottom. That's maybe too generic. Let's go for one of these blueberries. And I might as well get a Coke, but just to show you some of the other snacks that they've got here. We've got melon pan sticks with chocolate chips. You've got two prices always here in Japan, one without tax and one with tax, so 138. You will pay 138 at the counter. Sandwiches, other boxed lunches here, the dried sausage, and also some squid. Might as well live the dream and have one of these as well. I'll try this in the next vlog, I think. Got Coca-Cola Plus, which looks interesting, but you can't beat our good friend Coca-Cola. 6.85. Put in the cash there, and you'll get your change. Okay. Over there. Check my receipt and the change. So I've got the smoothie, the Coke, you can see there. And this interesting Japanese drink, which I'll try in another vlog, all three there for 6.85 yen. Okay, so hold the barcode over there, in there. Let's go. Press the button. Ah, there we go. Push. Ah, here we go. Technology in the greatest country on earth. It's getting ready. There we go. Indeed. You can see that your smoothie's ready. Just grab that. Grab myself a lid. Lid and a straw, and Bob's our uncle. So there we go. Smoothie here at the 7-Eleven in Japan. Here's some of the magazines for sale here. Gosh, they look very interesting, very Japanese. We'll see more of the anime stuff in the Akihabara area. Fancy that, doing some printing in a 7-Eleven. But yes, you can. Yes, just taking a break here with my smoothie in Tokyo. We'll explore a bit more in due course. I'm also hiding from the rain a little bit. It is a cloudy day and there are a few drops of rain about. So we just have to work with what we've got. I still can't get over all these vending machines on the street. And there's some green tea ice cream. That looks pretty interesting. Whilst it's raining, let's check out a little bit of Asakusa here under the roof, so to speak. Another shopping area. Ah yes, a reference to Kobe beef. That is of course very popular in Japan. They say the best meat in the world. Well, I don't know about that. You can also see the prices there. It's not the cheapest snack in the world, that's for sure. At least you get a view of Spider-Man. I wonder how many kimonos get rented here in Asakusa on a daily basis. 3,000 yen. Isumaru special set. Lots of fish and shells there. And on this side as well, salmon bowls. Got some rice there, sashimi. If you love fish, if you love raw fish, this will be your place. And yeah, we will see a lot more of these machines in Akihabara. That's where I'm going in my next vlog. Tokyo stimulates you visually on every level. There's just so much color, so much weirdness almost. It's so unfamiliar. Many of the signs, and occasionally you spot something you're familiar with, McDonald's. And of course, on that side too, look at the Japanese writing, the lanterns adding a special touch. And yes, even though it's very busy, it's also very relaxed. There's a relaxed vibe around here. Strawberry tequila, 5.50. Oh wow, that looks interesting. More people donning the kimonos and others looking for other clothes options. Yeah, tell me what you think of Asakusa in the comments. I'm quite enjoying this. It's not just the usual tourist stuff around here, but there's a lot to see off the beaten track, so to speak. Our beautiful friends for sale here as well. There's the lanterns, made in Japan stuff. This seems to be a convenience store of some sort. Yeah, not just any keys, but a multi-keys. There's Pikachu and other Pokemon for sale next to some cleansing foam. Only in Japan. And this is also where we were in my previous vlog, the orientation vlog. Back on the same spot. But I want to take you on this side for a nice view of a river. You've got the Sumida Park Riverside Gallery. Sumida is of course the name of a river. And just listen to the peace and quiet. You've got the traffic over there and behind me, but there's almost no other sounds. This is another impression of Tokyo. You move 1 or 2 blocks and you suddenly find yourself away from the hustle and bustle. Obviously this area is unique because you've got a river, but there are many other green spaces and parks in the city. I think they've got the balance spot on in terms of noise, in terms of energy, activity, and then just peaceful settings like this. The river on a bit of a cloudy day, but it actually gives it a bit more of a magical edge, I think. And you can do the riverside walk here. It does look like a very nice picturesque walk. Usually I tell you about the name of an area right in the beginning of a vlog, but I thought it's actually quite fitting to tell it here next to the river. Asakusa means shallow grass, which most likely refers to the area's geography in ancient times. This was once a marshy land with short, shallow grasses growing along the Sumida River. So yes, it is not definitive, but that's where people say the name could come from, most likely, these shallow grasses. Ah, someone taking a traditional form of transport there. Look at that. All right everyone, with modern Tokyo standing behind me, I think now is a good time to end this vlog where we explored old Tokyo in the form of Sensoji Temple and Asakusa. If you haven't done it yet, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do leave a comment for me in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you thought of this vlog, what you think of Tokyo in general. There's so much more to see. For now, I just want to say again, thanks for watching my videos, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Cheers, take it easy.